You know what I hate? Religion. Now, hear me out. I'm no religious hater who likes to make fun of people who believe in an almighty being that makes life easier to go through. To each their own. Hell, I'll even admit that I believe in God myself. What I hate is the industry that religion has very clearly been built on since the Spaniard missionaries decided to sell Jesus to a bunch of natives. Let's put this into perspective. You mean to tell me that God is okay with the Crusades? What kind of fucked up monster would be okay with his children fighting each other over who gets the Holy Land? I'm scared to see what happens when they find out about holy crap. The idea of war and death being a part of God's almighty plan is not only bullshit, but it gives people a scapegoat to justify the very real lives that were taken away from families and loved ones. But let's say that you're a hardline believer, and that the plan is the plan regardless of what we want. Let's move on from one terrible piece of logic to a fucking another one. The Bible. This is my honest opinion. The Bible is the biggest con in the history of the fucking world. Have you seen some of these stories from the Old Testament? God was a complete asshole when they were younger, but then there's a 180 and all of a sudden it's all about love and bread and wine. What the fuck happened to I turned to stone because I looked back at my burning home? And if you really believe the Bible is a good example of what Christianity believes in, just remember that the Bible, the holy, sacred text that Christians should live and die by, is fucking published. Meaning a company took the liberty of publishing the Bible and making money off of it. But it's sacred, so who gives a shit? And it's not just the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, they're all published by some bullshit religious company that very clearly makes money off the sales of these books of passion and crime. You could quite literally base a new religion off of the Dark Knight comics, and it wouldn't be as far a stretch since that's what every other religion does anyway. But the biggest what the fuck are churches. I respect those who are avid churchgoers, and there isn't anything wrong with going to church, but something about them doesn't sit right with me. If God can see and reach out to me at any time, which I do believe, then why in the name of this guy am I supposed to go to church? If I want to pray to God, why not just do it at home? This is a bit more personal, and I mean no disrespect here, but I just feel as though churches are another attempt at getting people to give money to people who don't really need it. Don't get me wrong, some churches make an effort to give to the community that allows them to breathe in the same air as everyone else, but most churches end up being a lot more sinister than that. We all know about the stereotype of priests being child molesters, but hey, they're just stereotypes, right? None of that's true. Right? NBC News reported back in October of 2019 that damn near 1,700 priests and clergy were, quote, credibly accused of child sexual abuse and are living under the radar with little to no oversight from religious authorities or law enforcement. That was 2 years ago! And nothing has been done to truly fix this issue. I wish I could look at all religions with a smile, but the reality is they are all a gimmick ploy run by a societal hierarchy that wants working class people to divert their attention away from realizing that we're being treated like a bunch of racehorses and instead focus on God's word. I'll tell you what God's words are. Open your fucking eyes! That NBC report will be in the description so you can read the full article to your discretion, but I bet most of you won't even need to and already know what I'm saying. Religion is a horrible institution that should be ashamed it associates itself with the almighty deity or deities that we all worship. Fuck the Bible, fuck most churches, and fuck all the priests that think they can use their power to ruin lives because they can't get a woman. Religion allows this stuff to run rampant, and that's why